The ETSU women's basketball team had a historic season in 2022, winning 25 games and completing one of the biggest turnarounds in program history. And that makes all of us Buccaneer fans excited to see what is in store for this season. Here to get us ready for the upcoming season is head coach Brenda Mock Brown. Hey, Coach, good to see you.
How you doing, Chris?
I know you're excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, you got 10 returners coming back. You got a good core there. So 25 wins. Are we going to see more than that this year? Are you making any promises like that?
Well, athletic director Doc Sander yesterday told me he wanted 35. I said, Doc, that would mean going undefeated in the season, winning the conference tournament, and then 3 games in the NCAA. Is that good enough? So we were joking around.
He said, yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh, that's what he wants. That's what he expects. Make no mistake about it.
Right.
But no, we're excited. I do think that core returning back from last year's season, because we had a great season, but we also were learning a lot too. I mean, we didn't get everything right. And so I think reflecting back, they've learned from that, and we're ready to apply it to this season.
And getting your system installed, getting your coaching style installed there as the team, it seems like the team has really taken to that.
They have. I think they like that style of play. They like the energy, the intensity. You know, we ran really exciting offense, shot a lot of threes. You know, people love to see scoring.
You put up those threes, yes, absolutely.
So yeah, we're excited. I think the kids are buying in, and they're taking ownership of the program. And we really just want to put a good product out. You know, we had really good attendance last year, Chris.
Yes.
That made a huge difference at the end of the season. So if we can start the way we finished last year, we'd be excited.
When you put a lot of folks in Brooks Gym, it can get loud in there. It really can.
I think it's one of the toughest places to play in the SoCon, and it's really unique. I mean, you know, the men play at Freedom Hall, and we do have 3 games over there.
You got some games and we're going to discuss the schedule here in a little bit. Before we even get into the non-conference and the conference and all that, y'all have a very special event coming up where we're going to meet the team. Folks can come out and meet you and meet the team as well.
That's right. So October 18th, that's this Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Bassler Center for Physical Activity on campus. So it's not at Brooks Gym on campus. It's at the Bassler Center for Physical Activity, big building there, right as you come onto campus. Men's and women's team will be there. A lot of interactive activities, a chance for autographs, taking pictures, shooting some baskets. So Chris, if you want to come out and work on your shot a little bit with us, you're welcome to do that.
I tell you what, Coach, my basketball days may be behind me. No, let's just not even go there.
You're never too old.
No, you're never too old.
And this is for all ages. Everyone is welcome. I mean, it'll be a great time with the men's and women's basketball teams.
And let's break down that schedule. You're basically starting in the state of Kentucky, where you finished up last year, but you're going to be going up against Kentucky that very first game out.
That's right. Another SEC opponent, but as we were talking about before, not South Carolina, but it'll be a tough one.
Yes.
But a good challenge for us. I do think our non-conference schedule is a little tougher this year by design. We wanted to prepare ourselves for Southern Conference play. So we're at Kentucky. We're actually going to a tournament in Miami. So that'll be fun for the kids, but also another difficult challenge.
Anytime you could get in late November, get to Miami, probably a good idea. Yeah.
Right. I had my eye on that one. So yeah, but we got some really exciting home games too as well.
Got Lafayette coming in for that very first home game, and that's, if you want to catch you at home early, that's the great opportunity. Right?
Yes, November 11th. It's at 12 p.m.
Okay.
You know, so get up, eat breakfast. Head on over to Brooks Gym and help us start out our home season.
And you're hoping that non-conference schedule is going to get you ready for that tough SoCon schedule.
I do. I think that's going to be important. You know, it's going to be tough to get those 25 wins with our schedule this year. You know, although I don't think anybody expected us to win 25 last year as well. So one at a time. We're just going to focus on getting better, and again, just playing an exciting brand of basketball. I think people like seeing our kids because they play for each other. You know, they're really into being good teammates.
You could see that on the floor last year. You really could. Coach, we appreciate you. I could sit here and talk basketball all day. We appreciate you coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Let's give everybody some information right now. We got all this going on. We got the opener, November the 7th, there at Kentucky. Hey, folks, it's not that far of a drive. You can head up to Lexington and help out and support the women's basketball program there at ETSU. The home opener, got to be there for that one. November the 11th versus Lafayette. If you want tickets or schedule information, go to etsubucks.com. And remember, we've got that ETSU Meet the Team event coming up Wednesday, October the 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. there at the Bassler Center for Physical Activity. Men's and women's teams alike, and it's free. Can't beat the price. Go Bucks.